Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Earth Sea Love podcast. This podcast is for and about women of colour and our relationship with nature. Hosted by me, Sheree Mack. From the book Becoming, Michelle Obama says, "I had nothing or I had everything. It depends on which way you want to tell it." And then, this explores where we come from, the neighbourhood that we grew up in, and how that has such a strong effect on the person we are, the person we develop into today. And this got me thinking about my childhood and how I lived in inner city Bradford up until I was 10, and it was a concrete jungle. We lived in a masonette flat in identical flats that were next to each other, and I would always be out on the prowl looking for green spaces or searching for something. I'm not sure what, but there was a restlessness about me and an unfulfilledness and a sense of adventure and wanting to take risks. And really when things fell apart, and that's when my dad died and all normalcy and innocence of childhood had gone. When things fell apart, that's when I fell through the cracks, and nobody really noticed if I was there or if I was all right, because I also was really good at wearing a smiley mask, and it just seemed like once Dad had died, we'd gone from one extreme to the other of not being allowed out or not being allowed to go far from home to having this great deal of freedom. And I was just like a kid let loose, and I suppose even then I could be called a flânus, as I just walked the areas I knew, walked the areas I didn't know. And then from 10 we moved back to where my mum came from, Newburn, and it was a total culture shock. And there was a lot of resentment on my side because my whole life had changed, and it just really felt like I didn't have a say in it. And I felt that I was silenced at every turn because we never talked about the move, about Dad's death, about how we were feeling. So I felt silenced. I also felt like a freak, really, within my friends and family. And I just wanted to be outside and roaming again, exploring, searching for the green. I mean, like Newburn was semi-rural. So, maybe 5-10 minutes walk away from the house and there'd be some green fields, there'd be some trees, and there'd be some wildlife, horses, sheep, cows. And even though I was scared of the animals, I was still drawn to them somehow. I still wanted to see them. But outside I felt more me, because inside with family and friends I always felt the outsider. And I think, maybe I had an attitude that I was better than the situation that I was in, that I was stuck up, that I thought I knew better, and I didn't have time for the trivial stuff because, even then I was always in the sky, dreaming away from it all. Yeah, I think there's definitely the elements of wanting to escape as a child. And we could probably all relate to that. But the idea of wanting to escape from the inside with the family and friends, and feeling like an outsider there. And then once getting outside, roaming free, enjoying the natural world. That I felt more inside than it was a form of escape. And it's only now that I'm older, as an adult, that I realise, or I can articulate, that's what I was doing. At that time, all I knew is that I had to be outside and walking away from home and away from people, just to be alone. So yeah, I say that I wasn't brought up with a love of nature or the experiences of going out regularly to walk the moors or the landscape or anything that would show an appreciation or a kinship with the natural world. But there was something inside me that was craving it, and I can see that now. And at the time, all I could see was that I was different to the people that were around me. Yeah, there's my little story. And there's still more that will be added into the story, but I think that's enough for now. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you'll pop back again really soon. Thank you. The Earthsea Love podcast has been made possible by the funding from National Lottery Heritage Fund.